Hey, welcome to another TCAP commentary. I guess actually it's HvP today, but whatever. We're going to be looking at Vincent Ambrosio, the Undertaker Predator. This is one of the more interesting catches by far, at least with HvP. I think actually really across all of the TCAP stuff, I think this is one of the most interesting catches. I mean, Chris takes on this really like paternalistic sort of fatherly tone with him. It's like he's like a disappointed dad talking to his son, trying to set him straight, you know. And then also, anytime a pred is so young when they get caught, it's especially interesting because you know that they've just completely thrown their entire life away. Like, you know, I mean, with Richard Briald, he said it himself, you know, the entirety of his life had just changed dramatically, like as a result of showing up at that house. And the same will be true for Vincent, as you'll see. Today's upload comes to us courtesy of Thunderhat. I'll have a link to their channel below in the description, along with a link to the source material. Without any further ado, let's do what we do.
Come on in.
Good Lord alive, look at that getup.
You found the house okay?
Look at that getup.
Yeah.
Waddling like a
I don't
penguin.
want to say that. I don't know why. Do you want a cupcake? I like your hat.
That might be the first time in his life he's turned down a cupcake.
I'm sorry.
Oof.
We have all day. Sorry.
Oh
I'm really
boy.
nervous.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Oh my god, what is this look, dude? What is this? Check this out. Like the mom jeans, bro, from like 1997, dude. What are you doing? Like, what is this, bro? Like, what do you just look at yourself and think like, oh wow, yeah, these mom jeans really tie that rough and tumble Texas cowboy look together. Hell yeah, like what? What are you thinking, dude? And then you've got the freaking skull shooter trench coat thing going on, like, whoa, my lord. What a disaster. And he's got cowboy boots on. What a total
I
clown.
forget how cold it gets every winter and then it hits. And
I'm moving south.
And his hair is like a cross between like a, I don't even know, like a Jufro and a mullet. Like you'll see when we get into some images later. I'll show you.
really, I've never been.
Me neither.
Gosh.
But I like the
That
one.
explains the cowboy hat.
Yeah, I like the one.
Yeah.
It's too cold up here for me.
I don't know.
Mom wants to go to the beach.
So you're not a Four Seasons person?
Not really.
No.
I don't.
Nelly definitely
Why don't you try Alaska?
is noticeably more comfortable in this catch than she is with like almost anyone else on HvP. I mean, especially given there were like 3 predators that tried to give her a hug as they entered the house, and it's with the other 2, Jeff Sokol and John Dippy, she looked visibly uncomfortable with those. With Vincent, she is uncomfortable with him, but like she's definitely, I don't know, she's able to develop a rapport with him pretty quickly, and they seem to kind of hit it off a little bit.
Me and my friend want to go try to live up there.
I heard it's beautiful up there.
Yeah, he likes the outdoorsy stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
What do you make these?
No, I'm not that good.
I like to bake.
Yeah,
My heart's racing.
nice too. Do you want a water or anything?
Yeah, give me a cup of water.
I have bottles.
That's fine.
You'll find out soon why his heart
So
might
what
be
do you wanna do?
racing,
Just hang out here?
Yeah, you got a TV?
aside from, you know, this.
Sure. Do you want to like watch a movie or
Yeah, movies?
Mm-hmm.
What movies you got?
I mean, we can just get something on Netflix.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a good recover right
It's in
there.
the room. Here, you just hang out here for a sec. I'm gonna grab something.
Hey Tex, how you doing?
Hey Tex, how you doing? He thought he was gonna run off too. That's hilarious, bro. He legit thought he was gonna run off. He was like, "Oh man, I better stop him." Up, nope, nope, sir, don't take off. Like, oh man.
Show up here.
Somebody was gonna show up here.
Sorry. You know what? I have nothing to live for anyway.
Hail Mary. You know, he just goes right for the Hail Mary. You can see it on his eyes. It's written. You can see it on his face. It's written like, I'll show you.
Somebody was gonna show up here.
Somebody was gonna show up here.
Sorry. You know what?
He says that. He says, you know what? He looks over to his side. He thinks to himself, this is it, Vincent. This is it. This is my one chance to explain this away, potentially, and hopefully not go to jail. I have to put on the best performance of my life right here. And I guarantee that's like what's going through his head.
I have nothing to live for anyway.
I have nothing to live for anyway.
Life's a mess.
Why is it a mess?
I failed high school. I got no motivation to finish it. None of the pills about work.
He's such an actor, bro. He's such a freaking drama queen, dude. He comes in, he takes the hat off. Chris, what's wrong? What's the issue?
I have nothing to live for anyway.
I have nothing to live for anyway. Takes the hat off, puts it
My
down.
life's a mess.
My life's a mess.
I failed high school. I got no motivation to finish it. None of the pills about work.
He throws the glasses. I don't think we've seen a set of glasses get thrown anywhere near like that since old Maurice Wolin got caught up. But like, okay, look, let's address something here. So he feels like a failure because he didn't graduate school and he doesn't want to go back, which I actually can understand. I can relate to that, actually. I didn't enjoy going to school when I went. It was a struggle for me to get through because I just didn't want to go. Like, I just straight up, I wasn't a fan of school. So I get it on some level, but it's like, that doesn't make it okay to come try to get with a kid, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And if your prescriptions are off, like, I know all about that too. Like, if you go to the doctor and you get them right. You just don't go and be like, oh, wow, my life's a train wreck. Better go try and get with a kid. Like, holy hell, Vincent. Take a bad situation and make it worse. I don't have a job. I'm a fuck up. I'm a fuck up. This is all an act. This is all an act. This kid is not genuinely sad or remorseful. I don't even. No, this is completely just an act. It's 50%. It's like Lauren Armstrong when he was caught. It's 50%. Woe is me. Oh my God. I'm just so down and out. And then the other 50% is just like, I'm just bullshitting him. I'm just gonna tell him what I think he wants to hear, and hopefully he'll let me go.
How tough that is. But why does that make it okay?
I wasn't gonna do anything.
But that's not what
She
you
said
said.
I know. I want to be a cop. I wasn't gonna do anything. I just
You want to be a cop?
I'm a friend.
Well, then why don't you go join the police academy or...
I'm fat. I can't do anything.
Another one of his famous lines. That's so forced. You can't even see the tears. Like, if you watch the better footage, you can't even see tears.
But still, that doesn't make it okay. It's okay.
Apparently that knife throw actually got Chris a little bit shook for like a second there. He says in his own commentary, like, oh yeah, it really took me by surprise when he took the knife out of his pocket. And I was like, okay.
Conduct yourself this way.
It's not like he like pulled it on you like a switchblade, you know what I mean?
Sites, and talk to a girl who's 12 years old.
That is so fucked, man. 12 years old, bro. Like, that is so yeah. For anyone who may be tempted to take a measure of sympathy on this guy, stop. Don't. Let me head you off at the pass. This dude, I mean, for one, you just heard, he tried to get with a 12-year-old, a 7th grader, for Christ's sake. And when you see the revolting things that he said to this young girl and the things that he sent her, believe me, any semblance of sympathy that you have will quickly dissolve.
You pick of you. You like older guys. You said all this, right?
Yeah.
I meant a naughty pic. You send a picture of yourself.
I know. Don't remind me.
I'm not that big, but I could fit inside you.
Oh,
Have you ever played
man.
with yourself?
Oh, imagine having that aired out to the world, bro. Imagine having that, like, whether it's true or not, whether he actually has a small dick or he's just insecure or whatever, like, I imagine having that blasted out into the world. At 19, bruv. At 19, like, it'd be bad enough at, like, whatever, 29, 30 or whatever, but, like, gosh, man, you're still a teenager. You can't even legally buy cigarettes now. When I was 19, you could buy cigarettes, but they changed that a few years back. You got to be 21 now. But you're not even legally old enough to buy cigarettes in the present day or alcohol, God, man. Not even legally old enough to drink, and you've already blown your whole life up.
See how this looks.
You see how this looks, Vincent?
How did you get to this place?
Which place? This is just me.
Look, everybody's got personal problems, right? But that doesn't mean it's okay to do this. You get that, right?
There are no tears. Like, he is such a freaking bullshit artist, dude. He is not crying a single genuine tear. There's no remorse. I don't even think he really feels the self-pity that he's trying to project. I actually think that's kind of an act, too. I mean, it's definitely an act. And it's just... God, man. You know what I mean? And again, look at the freaking mom jeans just, like, gripping them thighs, bro. Come on now. Like, what is this, man? Oh, my lord, bro.
How far did you go?
So I think that he says something here. I've had a theory about this for a long time. I think he says something in this moment here. I'm going to turn this volume up just a pinch. And by a pinch, I mean all the way. So I have a theory that I've had for quite some time now. I think that he's saying in that moment that the line that comes out of his mouth, it's kind of hard to hear. I think he says that he wants to lose his virginity. I think that's what he says there. And he later on, but that it's kind of weird because in his interrogation, he's going to make up a story about having been sexually active with another person his age, a guy his age at his grandpa's house, which, what a weird place to want to hook up. I mean, good God, man. I know, like, when you're young, you only have so many options, but good Lord, grandpa's house, dude? Really? But whatever. But anywho, you know, yeah, it's just... That's what I believe he says.
How far did you drive today?
And he also, it's weird because he claims that he hooked up with a guy, but then I think he also, in that same interrogation, claims that he's a virgin still, or something like that. Or maybe it was that he had never been with a girl. He'd only been with a guy or something. I don't recall. We're going to watch that footage. Don't worry. We'll get to it. Probably not tonight, but we will get to it.
How many other times have you done this?
Never.
Well, that's hard for me to believe, Vincent.
She said she wanted a friend. I'm stupid.
But there's no friends 19? 20?
I have one friend. He's always working.
He looks like Chris Farley, too, man. Like, he could really have played that up. Like, I mean, he probably was not even alive when Chris Farley died. Or actually, he would have been like an infant, but whatever. Like, he looks like Chris Farley, and it drives me insane. Also, if you're wondering, the shirt is for a place called Robeson Air and Heating and Cooling or something like that. They just do, like, air conditioning systems. I guess he had a friend that worked for the company, and they gave him a shirt sometime or whatever. Like, it's totally weird.
Nobody else. Look at where I dress and stuff. Everybody thinks I'm weird.
Well, I don't doubt that for a
The
second.
only thing I see is that you're trying to hook up with a 12-year-old girl named Jenna Claire.
What a weird little thing to throw in at the end there. A 12-year-old girl named Jenna Claire. Like, what? Would it be okay if her name was, like, Sarah or Melissa or Juliana? Like, what the hell? What, is it just the name alone that makes it, like... Come on, Chris. I know what he really means, but that's just a silly thing to say.
I mean, have you tried to get some help?
With this stuff?
Yeah.
No, I never told anybody anything.
How often do you go on the internet
That's going to be contradicted, by the way.
To do that.
to do this stuff?
Not with girls. Not little girls.
But what made you do it this time? I mean, just help me to understand what's going on in your mind.
I don't know. That's the problem.
Well, you gotta know, Vincent. You're an adult now. You get this as a felony, right? What are you gonna do about this situation?
Jail time is what you're going to
You
do.
gotta
Prison
put it
time.
together.
You got to get it together.
Where'd you go to school?
See, that's so fascinating to me. Chris has like this. He just really comes off like he's like a disappointed father or uncle talking to, you know, a family member and just trying to set them straight. And I don't recall any other instance in TCAP, HvP, or anything else where Chris really took that attitude. And it's so bizarre. Like I can't help but wonder what it is. I think if I had to speculate, admittedly baselessly, I believe he had kids that were around the same age as Vincent. Like they were born, you know, around the same time, 96, 97. And I think that may have played a major role in it. Like it may have been that Chris could kind of see a little bit of his own kids in Vincent, which is low-key kind of horrifying. Like, Jesus, you've spent 5 minutes in a room with this guy who is sending messages to a 12-year-old about having sex with her and sending her dick pics and all this other stuff, and then you look at him and think within 5 minutes that, like, oh yeah, he remind me of my sons. Like, yikes, Chris. Yikes. But anywho.
Catherine?
Where?
Ketchum and Wappingers.
Ketchum and Wappingers Falls.
Yeah.
Did you finish?
I failed English, participation in government economics. I'm supposed to be doing them online. I don't have any motivation to do anything.
Well, what happened to your motivation?
Just this depression is so crippling.
So that's actually real. Like, depression is a bitch. I know because I've lived with it for many years. I've lived with bipolar disorder, actually. I know the hell that is bipolar disorder. I live with it every day. So I get what he's saying, and I believe him, actually. I 100% believe him that he's lost his motivation to go to school. He feels like, oh, I haven't graduated yet, so I'll never graduate. I'm 19 and I don't even have my GED, so I'm just never going to graduate. And a lot of people fall into that mindset, even people without bipolar disorder. Like, it's really easy to get into that negative sort of thinking of like, okay, I'm 19, especially when you're so young, because I think you really don't usually see how much time you have to fix your shit, to fix your life. And I think there's a real tendency for people around that age, say between like late teens to early 20s, to catastrophize, right? To think like, oh, I failed at this one thing, I didn't get this one job, so my whole life is ruined, or oh, I didn't go to this one university, so my, or I couldn't pass high school, whatever, I don't have a girlfriend, whatever. And they think that because that's the case at whatever age, relatively young age, 19, 20, whatever, that they're just totally screwed. And it couldn't be further from the truth. Like, at 19, you have the entirety of your adult life ahead of you. Like, you are actually looking down the road at the rest of your, life. Like, I don't know. If there's any young people out there that are listening and you're feeling down and out, and you're feeling like, oh, I'm a failure, I can't get it together, just relax, take a deep breath. You're going to make it. Don't text 12-year-olds sexual things.
Go see somebody, a doctor?
I'm seeing it as what is he? I think he's like a nurse practitioner, kind of. He prescribes my medicine. I'm not a big talker about my feelings, so he talks to me about it.
I'm not a big talker about my feelings. Oh, man. Yeah, my runtime here wants to disagree with you, pal.
Prolongs the appointment for me.
So you've been diagnosed with depression?
Bipolar depression.
Bipolar.
That's not a thing, by the way.
It's a tough disease. What do you take for it?
I'm on the Lexapro, gabapentin, and Adderall. It's supposed to give me energy to want to do things, but I had fucked that up. I didn't realize what it...
I mean, you don't seem like a dumb guy, Vincent.
He gave me 10 milligram tablets to take, start with 10 twice a day. Since that doesn't work, bump it up a dose to 2 10s, so 20 twice a day. I bumped it up to 30. He refilled the prescription. I didn't realize he refilled the prescription. That's why I said in the last message before I came, I have aches and stuff. It's because I didn't realize when he refilled it, he bumped it up to 30 tablets. I could take just one tablet in the morning and one at 12 o'clock noon. I was taking 330, so I was taking 180 a day.
All right, well, it's not hard to see why he didn't pass school, because 90 times 3 is 270, not 180, but whatever. So this is kind of weird. That's a really high dose of Adderall. 270 milligrams is insane. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nowhere near the toxicity threshold. I actually looked this up before I started recording, so trust me, I'm not like some scientist or whatever, but I read that the toxicity threshold for Adderall is like 20 to 25 milligrams per kilogram of weight. So conservatively estimating, he weighs between 300 to 320 pounds, which would come out to like 136 kilograms to 147 kilograms or something like that. And that would require him to be within around 3,000 milligrams. So he's nowhere near overdosing, like in the sense that, he's going to actually have amphetamine poisoning, but he's definitely taking more than enough to get his heart fucked up. I mean, especially being as fat as he is, and I'm guessing as sedentary of a life as he probably lives. And he says he smokes cigars, which, I mean, he's a young cat, so it's not as bad as like a 50-year-old smoking a cigar, but whatever, it's still not good for you. So yeah, this guy was, I can imagine he was all over the place, man. I take Adderall, and just my 20 milligrams in the morning, I take an extended release 20 milligrams, and like that keeps me feeling very, very energized throughout the day. That keeps me focused, very, very well focused throughout the day, but 270, like taking anything close to that, I think the highest amount I've ever taken was like maybe 100 milligrams over the span of a day, where I was trying to stay up to study for an exam I had when I was in college. So yeah, it was like, which by the way, don't ever do that. Don't abuse amphetamines. That's obviously not a good idea. But I'm just making a point. I know what Adderall is like, and I can't even imagine 270, because just the 100 I took across the span of like, I don't know, 36 hours that one time was absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy. So 270 in a single day, whew, oh my gosh. 270 in a single, just like day, not like a whole 24 hours, but just like, you know, from say he gets up at 6 p.m. or 6 a.m., goes to bed at 9 p.m. Like 270 in that time span, oh my lord.
That's a lot of Adderall.
What he said.
What did that do to you?
I was so antsy. I was angry at my dad. I was angry at everybody. I picked my fingernails to nothing. I've had withdrawal there for the last couple of days because he can't refill it because it's not October, and now the fucking insurance company doesn't want to refill 30 twice a day extended release because they say it's too high of a dose. But I'm fat, so the 30 didn't bother me.
Did you ever try to diet?
I've actually, with the Adderall, I lost weight. I lost about 20 pounds, and I've lost 40 pounds since January.
That's pretty good.
That is really
It
good.
seems like in that respect you were heading in the right direction, but here you headed in the wrong direction. How are you going to get back on track here?
He says he wants to try now a month with this Adderall to see if it works. I just want to get shock therapy.
It's that bad.
I sat on the floor and I cried the other night to my mom. I said, I don't want to feel like this anymore.
I don't believe that necessarily. I mean, I don't doubt that he has a caring mother and that she takes, you know, great issue. Also, what a frame to stop on, bro. we might make that a thumbnail. Hold on. That's a hell of a frame. Yikes. So yeah, it's... I just don't believe anything this guy says for the most part. I don't believe like most of the things this guy says. He's clearly bullshitting Chris. Chris is, I guess, just like soft enough at this one instance in time. He's just soft enough to totally let it all go. But this guy's full of shit. Just obviously.
I want to get up. I don't want to get out of the bed.
What did she say to you?
Mood.
She cries. She feels horrible for me.
And you live at home?
And I do take care of my grandfather.
Yeah.
He has Parkinson's.
How is he doing?
As best as he's gonna get. He's gotten worse.
That sucks. Parkinson's is horrible.
Listen, I can empathize with all of that, except this. I mean, it's pretty graphic, right? You know better.
It's not just graphic. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and spoil, I guess, a little bit of a future episode. So it doesn't come up in the interrogation that I recall, but I know if you go back and listen to the audio reading of the chats that he had, there were some TCAP community members who did a reading of his voice, his chat log on the app that he was using, and he's downright manipulative. Like, he's trying to be so conniving with a 12-year-old, threatening to suicide if she doesn't respond to him. You know, oh, I guess you don't like me anymore. Okay, I'm going to kill myself. And there's also this girl, supposed girl, that he makes up named Hannah. And he says he has this girl named Hannah in a group text with them, and she's grooming the kid too, basically, or she's like the middleman between like him trying to groom her. I don't know how you would phrase that or how to state that, but yeah, and I don't believe there's no evidence to suggest that Hannah was a real person. It's very likely a fabrication, like many things this guy says. So this guy's manipulative. This guy is dangerous. This is not just somebody who's down and out. This is not just a young teenager who's down and out, who's made bad decisions. I mean, he is that. He is down and out, and he has made bad decisions, but he's also a bit of a shithead, man. Like, imagine this guy, you have a 12-year-old child, and, like, this creepazoid is threatening to kill himself because she won't reply to him anymore. You know, it's just, that's so sick, man.
I mean, you shouldn't be sending pictures of your genitals to...
You shouldn't be sending pictures of those genitals to any goddamn body, homeboy. I'm just saying, man. I've seen that shit, bro.
fucked up again. There's nothing else I can say, but I fucked up again.
Well, how else have you effed up?
School, my life, everything.
He also tries to make it sound like he's got like all of these major things going on that are all going wrong at the same time, and really it just sounds like the crux of his issue is school. It sounds like he's just not, like, he needs to go get his education, finish up that GED at least. He needs to lose a little bit of weight, get a girlfriend, stop texting 12-year-olds, and that's that. It doesn't have to be a girlfriend. He can get a boyfriend. Apparently he likes to do guys, so that's a thing. You can do that. But I think that it would have been as simple as just him going to school, getting back in the classroom, or maybe just doing online, getting through it. Not just going. It's not the act of going to school that would have made it better for him. It's finishing it, because you can clearly tell that's a serious. That's a place that that's something where he loses a lot of self-esteem, is the fact that he hasn't finished school yet. And it seems he's catastrophizing, as I mentioned. A lot of young people do, but it seems to me like the fix to his problems would have been really simple. Close out that chat app, and never text a 12-year-old again, and then just go back to high school.
Do you have any hobbies?
Not really. I like driving.
Hell, you're old enough to date girls that are in high school that are like 18, you know what I mean? Like, if you know what I mean? There's 18-year-old seniors. So, I mean, hey, Vincent, you know what I mean? You could date someone near your own age, and it wouldn't be problematic, dude. Fucking
I like smoking cigars, but I can't do that for the rest of my life.
Why?
Driving, and I like smoking.
Do you have any hobbies?
Not really. I like driving, and I like smoking cigars, but I can't do that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you're not gonna get any chicks with that, dude. That's lame as fuck, dude. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I like driving. I'm actually planning on going for a drive as soon as I finish this recording. I'm actually gonna go take a nice little night drive. But I like driving, and I don't smoke anymore. I used to smoke back in the day, but you gotta have more going on than that, man. How are you gonna get any girl if your hobbies, when you're asked at face value what your hobbies are, you just say, I like riding around and I like smoking cigars? Like, what else do you do with the other 20-something hours of your day, dude? Or whatever number of hours. Actually, what do you do with the other 24 hours of or 23 hours of your day, assuming you never go to sleep on those Adderalls? Like, what the hell, man? It's so lame.
I need to get a job, I need to get structure in my life, and
Where are you going to go from here? This is not a good day for you.
That's an
what
understatement.
else is new? It's never a good day.
It's never a
When
good
did this
day.
start for you? When did you get off the bench for you?
The depression?
Yeah.
I love that zoom in, by the way. I don't even know why. That zoom in has always been really funny to me. Look at
When did you
that.
get off the bench for you?
The depression?
The depression?
It's like since I'm 12, 13, I think it started. I've been through 4 or 5 doctors. Millions of different pill combinations. That's why I wanted shock therapy. I posted on the Whisper app last week because I've been feeling like having the withdrawal and stuff. I said I just want to kill myself, and the nurse from I guess she's in England, she said that there's a shock therapy, and I looked it up, and
I looked around. Admittedly, there's not much material from this catch. Tetrad Core kind of just dissipated. Like, they just sort of disappeared, like, after HvP. Like, they effectively just shut down operations, like, as soon as this was over, from what I can tell. So, a lot of the source material is not out there anymore, and it was only out there for a very limited amount of time. There is nothing to suggest that this English woman or British woman, that she exists, that she's real. And I'm not sure about shock therapy, but I mean, that might be a thing, but frankly, that sounds like a bunch of BS to me.
told my doctor about it, but he doesn't want to do it. He wants to wait and see if the pills work. I'm tired of seeing if the pills work.
Like, what is the shock therapy supposed to do? Like, shock him out of the depression? Is that, like, I mean, I'm not even being facetious. Is that actually, like, what he thinks is going to happen? They're going to shock me out of my sadness. Shock me out of my virginity. Like, what?
Well, what you did here is hard to excuse, Vincent. But I hope you get help with all your other stuff.
I just want to die. My life is miserable.
But nobody wants you to die.
At that point, I kind of feel like Chris is running a little low on patience. I feel like he's starting to see, like, because he says that so, like, he says that so dismissively. And I mean, granted, it's, I don't blame him. I'm not saying, like, you should take this super seriously. I mean, anytime someone says this, you should take it seriously. But also, like, I don't know, I don't know, just trust but verify, right? I don't know.
life is
Like,
miserable.
yeah. That might not be the best saying for dealing with suicidal people. Don't do the trust but verify thing. That might not work out well.
He wants you to
Disregard that. Nobody wants you to die. And then he just
All right, listen to me.
keeps whining.
Listen. There's some people over there who are going to
Yeah.
get you on the next step to get better, okay?
I love that part, dude. He says, okay, Vincent, there's some people over here. They're gonna help you get help. And they're gonna help you get on the next step go in the right direction. And it's like he makes it sound like there's like a therapy team or something. And I wonder if Vincent actually thought that, like, oh, okay, cool. There's just gonna be a therapy team here. Okay, no police. Like, no, that's who he actually is talking about. The people that are there to help you. Yeah. They're there to help you.
No glee in anything.
Help you go to jail.
I take no glee in anything.
I'm sure.
I got 2 boys, you know. So man to man, will you look at me for a minute? Will you promise to get some help? Please. This too shall pass. But you gotta get help.
I don't know about all
I
that.
wish I just had a heart attack, but I was overdosing on the animal.
Look at me. Look at me. Do you promise me you will get help?
Yes, I don't want to be like this
Okay.
anymore with this, any of this.
Okay, so can we make this a turning point for you?
Yes.
As dark as this looks right now. Okay. But there's no way to go.
Just blubbering,
up.
dude. Just blubbering.
Go easy. Go easy.
Yeah, don't choke on water now.
So you will get help. All right. Will you do me a favor? Will you leave the knife? Leave the knife right here. Take your hand glasses. And then once you head right out this way, it's
I wear my coat. Does it even
I'll get the
bother?
I'll get the
And then boom, the mic reveal, the camera reveal. And he tries. You can't see it very well because these uploads aren't really that great. I mean, they're like re-uploads of re-uploads, right? This is stuff that's been like washed several times over. But on the better footage, you can see him put on this incredibly lame ass, fake ass. Look at this. Like he tries to convey this like look of, I don't even know if it's like, it's not remorse, but this look of like, oh no, now I'm in trouble, now I'm on camera, oh gosh. It's all bullshit. Good Lord, son, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Who let this kid leave the house looking like this? No wonder he can't get laid. There's no, like, I mean, and I'm not saying that like I'm some Mr. Playboy big shot or whatever, but good Lord, I wouldn't be caught dead in this getup, bro. I would not actually be caught dead in that freaking getup. What is this? How could you think anyone wants to be... I mean, there are chubby chasers out there. I don't think many of them are 12 years old, and even if they are, you still can't go for them. Like, what are you thinking, bro? What the hell are you thinking? You've got your freaking shit... Like, look at that. He's got the gunt. He's got the fupa, he's got the gunt. And he's got freaking, like, the belt is pulled up all the way to his freaking belly button, just about, probably. What in the world is wrong with you, dude? Who let him leave the house looking like this? That's what I want to know. They need to be charged, too. Y'all did this kid no favors. So, okay, also. So, you'll see here, he's blubbering and crying, and he sounds all sad and remorseful.
Get some help, all right?
Which way?
Which way?
The garage?
And the way he says that is the way he says that one line right there is everything you need to know that you were just given a total show. Like you were just given what he probably thought was an Oscar-worthy performance. He was not actually sad. I mean, again, listen to like just the way he says it. He goes from sounding so sad and so miserable and depressive and almost somewhat remorseful, but listen to how quickly that fades.
Get some help, all right?
Which way? The garage?
Straight through.
Yeah, just through the garage. Yeah. Let's watch the arrest real quick. We're not going to do the interrogation tonight because we're already running like close to 35 minutes on this one, so we're not going to do the interrogation, but we'll at least do the arrest and the police ride to the station. Why don't you just shoot me? Trust me, man. I'm sure they'd love to.
You got anything on you? Just the knife. Where's that? In the kitchen. Anything in your pockets? Anything sticking in the skirt?
Phone and stuff in the headset.
Nothing in your job. Yes, for you, which one? Open. Yeah.
Trust me, I understand.
Okay, alright. Okay.
Where's your knife? You got it?
It's in the kitchen on the
Got it right here. So, okay.
Oh, man.
Nothing else, right?
Nice recommend you see here in this court.
Shoot me. Just shoot me.
Somebody right with you.
That was a good show back in the day. Just shoot me. Shout outs to any fans of that show. Love David Spade.
So if I turn around and none of this happened?
What's that?
If I turned around and none of this happened?
We'll talk about that in a little bit, okay? I can't answer all that stuff, okay?
I do this shit too.
Alright, no
I
problem.
do this being stupid.
Alright, try to relax, alright?
Hi, Vincent. I'm Detective Irizarry. My name's Beth. What do you want to be called, Vincent? What do people call you?
Good. Better?
Yeah.
Try it if you lean maybe a little bit forward.
Oh, there's Detective Kelly again.
You can even turn, almost turn sideways.
Truly a badass, man. A true boss.
We're going to process you for what happened today. We're going to speak to you about it. And that's essentially it. You work?
I take care of my grandfather.
Is that like a full-time job?
Yeah, pretty much. I
You live in the house with you?
Yeah, we put an addition on last year. Built it ourselves.
See, and so again, yeah, he doesn't sound as sad. Now, granted, I know people process emotions differently. People process, like, serious trouble that they're in. Like, when they get into trouble, they process it all kind of differently. But when I look at somebody that I think might be even a little bit remorseful, I look at, like, what was his name? The creepy guy that almost, the ex-army guy. I'm totally blanking on his name. I'll have to edit that in at some point. But I remember that guy was just boo-hoo-hooing the whole way there. And then when they said, somebody's going to have to bail you out, you can make a phone call, he just starts crying even harder. Like, I kind of feel like he had some remorse. Buchanan, that was his last name. I don't remember. Stephen Buchanan, that was him. So yeah, Stephen Buchanan was sitting there boo-hoo-hooing, and I actually do believe he felt a measure of remorse. Not much. I think it was much more tears for himself, like, oh man, I just threw away my life. I just threw away my career prospects, my VA benefits, which is crazy, by the way, because anybody who knows, man. I'm not a veteran, but I have family that's served, and the VA benefits are, I hear that it varies really from state to state or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but I know that if you get with VA benefits, like you can live really, really well. Like you can, you know what I mean? It's not going to be like a millionaire lifestyle, but like they'll help you go to school. They'll help you help your kids go to school if you have enough disability, like 100% disability. They'll pay for your medical, like they're. It's really good benefits to have. Like, some people join the military just for those benefits and alone. Like, not solely for the benefits, but largely because of the benefits, right? Because they need to take the next step in life, but then they also, would like to maybe go to school later, or something like that. So, anywho, that's not even relevant because this is not even a veteran here, but I just mentioned that to mention Stephen Buchanan sitting here boo-hoo-hooing and absolutely just, really letting it rain, with the tears. I genuinely think he had, like, a little bit of remorse, but this guy, not a chance. He's just back there like, shit. I'm in trouble. I gotta go sit in the jail for a couple of hours now until my dad can come up here and bail me out, which, by the way, no.
Disability and disease Parkinson's.
Right, that's it. So what we're going to do is go into booking. We're going to process you. And, we'll talk a little bit about it. We probably just speak to you privately. All day we're going to walk up and go to the left.
All right, so we'll go ahead and cut it off right here. So, something really interesting here that I've wondered for a long time about is, I'll play this voicemail for you another time. I'm not going to do it now because, again, we're running quite a long video here now. But Vincent's father, who I believe was an ex-cop, he was not currently serving at that time, but he had been a police officer in the past. His father called up to the Sting house. He called the decoy because I guess he found the decoy's number somewhere, like on a bill or something. Maybe he was reading through like phone records or something. I don't know. But he calls this number, and Bulletproof Lori, picks up the phone and actually engages in a conversation with him. It's extremely brief. Gosh, I'm almost tempted to go play it, but nah, we don't have time. That drive is calling for me, man. The road is calling for me. It's fucking beautiful out there tonight. But yeah, no, he calls and he makes it's like a thinly veiled threat, but he says that he tells the lady, "This is the police." She says, "Who is this? Who are you? Are you messing with me?" And he goes, "This is the police." Like, is that not illegal? Is that not impersonating a police officer? What the hell? Like, can you do that if you're a former police? Just be like, "Yeah, okay, I'm police. You better tell me what's going on here." Like, I've always wondered why his father wasn't prosecuted, because I mean that's an actually illegal thing to do. You just can't go around telling people you're the police if you're not. Like, unless you're Jeremy Charles DeWitt, in which case, I mean, you still can't, but you can imagine that you can. So, the aftermath. Let's go ahead and have a look at this here. Basically, after he got caught up, he went to jail on a 10-year sentence that was suspended after 30 months. So what's that, like 2.5 years or something like that? And he ultimately got out of jail. I think it was, I mean, hell, they say right here. He was released in January of 2018. So yeah, gosh, man, it's so strange to me. I just, sorry, I'm kind of gawking now. I'm kind of just rambling, but you know, he's a registered sex offender for life, if I remember correctly. Oh no, he has to. No, okay, sorry. He only has to register for 10 years. So actually, he's getting near the end of his registry. But regardless, it's just, you know, even after he gets off the registry, assuming he never reoffends and never gets caught up again, he's still shot for life. Like, his life is still completely fucked up, you know. He may be able to turn it around and make something of himself, and I genuinely hope that he does, alright? I mean, look, in my mind, like, yeah, anybody who attempts to do what he tried to do should automatically be, like, it should be, you know, a death sentence, or, like, life without parole. But that's not how the United States justice system operates. They have their own penalties in different areas, and it kind of is what it is. So if they're going to let him out, I at least hope that he can turn his life around and do something positive, because, I mean, he's got to do something, because he can't do this. Oh my God. You know, he's got to do something. It's just really, really sad. Also, sorry, I'm rambling now. Let's take a look at some of these photos here. I wanted to show you guys. So this is our boy on the day of his arrest. Man, oh man. Oh boy, what girl wouldn't want that on top of him, man? Absolutely nightmarish get up here. Like, what on earth is that hair, dude? Like, I just, you know, you got the librarian glasses, you got, you know, freaking porcupine hair, prominent double chin, like, good lord. He gets rid of the mullet, and he goes with this sort of, I don't know, basic bitch look. Like, whatever. That is also, let me see. That is dated to, I believe this is from 2018. I believe 2018 or 2019. It is from after his release from prison. He actually doesn't look as bad as you would think he would look, having gone through prison. You would think this guy would have gotten busted up like, you know, some of the other Preds did, but, and I'm sure he caught some hell, but he came out of it in one piece, and I mean, you know, whatever. So he's cleaned up a little bit here. His hair doesn't look nearly as bad. He's got some new frames. He's still rocking the sort of librarian look, you know, so it looks like he's cleaning up his act. And then check this one out. This is a genuinely good photo. I was impressed when I saw this. I actually had to reverse image search this because I wanted to verify that it was actually from the registry, and it is. This is legit what he looked like in 2022 in the first half. So he cleaned up really well. You know, I'll give him credit for that, man. Look, if he's as long as he's not out there reoffending, and you know, as long as you know, whatever, right? Like I said, I'd much rather see all these guys go to prison for life or just be removed from society in general. But whatever, man. If they're gonna let him out, if you're gonna let someone out, I hope that person can at least change so that other people are not at risk. You know, so other children are not at risk. But anywho, he loves square frame glasses. He is really all about that. He doesn't like to mix it up with the frames. He's got a beard going on, a nice little beard. I wouldn't have thought that he could grow a beard just based on his initial appearance here. He couldn't really grow one as a youth, but apparently once he got into his 20s, he's able to grow one now. He looks good in this photo. Straight up, I'll just say it, no cap. He actually really cleaned up well in this photo. But then, supposedly this is from 2022 as well. And boy, is that a departure. You know, boy, isn't that a little bit out there. This is supposed to be from the early part of 2022. And this is supposed to be from the later part of 2022. I don't really understand this. I mean, it's not impossible, but this looks to me more like a jail photo. I mean, the shirt looks kind of like, God, I wish this overlay would go away. But the shirt is the same color of like a lot of the different corrections shirts. You know, they have that sort of beige color, a lot of them. And he looks way rougher here. Like, he looks like he hasn't had a shower in weeks. He looks like he clearly hasn't shaved in weeks. He looks, you know, he looks like he's just kind of been on the down low, hiding out in his cell, like in jail or something. But I don't know. Apparently this is from late 2022. Apparently this picture is from after this one. So wild stuff there. Absolutely crazy stuff. Funny enough, look at that. We go and we mention the frames and we look at mention the frames, and then all of a sudden I'm being advertised frames and stuff. It's funny. Anywho, that is going to do it for this video. We are going to take a look at his interrogation, and we are definitely going to listen to the chat log reading, because believe me, that shit is insane. We're also going to do the interrogation footage. My next TCAP related or HvP related video will be the Jeff Sokol interrogation per request. We will make sure that gets filmed soon. And I have some other commentaries coming down the pipeline, you know, just regular body cam footage commentaries like I've been doing. Guys, if you made it to this point in the video, I want to say thank you so very much for watching. I truly do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. I hope you have a great week this week. Make sure you do so on purpose. It's your homie Lunar. I'll see you next time.